whose leadership South Asia has seen one of the biggest mobile and digital entertainment company. He is the managing director and CEO of Hungama Digital Media. But most importantly, he is the executive producer of Damage, which is Hungama Original's first show and India's first groundbreaking show with a female serial killer. Please put your hands together for Neeraj Roy.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you, and a very, very warm welcome and a good afternoon to all of you, friends from the media and friends from the wonderful show that we are going to be showcasing and talking to you about. I'm actually delighted to be here. It's been an interesting journey. If you look at our entire attempt at bringing digital content closer to consumers, it's a journey which started for Hungama way back in 2005, when for the first time we saw an opportunity of taking a category of content, in this case music, and bringing it closer to consumers on digital platforms. Since then, the journey has continued to sort of evolve for us. In the last 12 odd years, this company has been able to bring digital content to over 300 million consumers in over 127 markets across the world. Today, when you look at Indian cinema, and Indian cinema is reaching almost about 120 plus markets. It's dubbed in 35 different languages. There are over 50 million South Asians who live outside of this region as well. And we as a company started our journey with first a category of content which we believe has been the lightest, as it were. That transitioned into shorter form of video. That then transitioned for us into mainstream films, television shows. In the middle, we've also as a company brought over 150 games to digital audiences. Like I said, over 300 million of these consumers in this period. Today we are here to talk to you not about what we've done in the past, but to essentially talk about clearly one of the most exciting journeys that Hungama is now sort of embarking on. And that journey for us starts with our entire foray into original programming. If I can just get this thing activated here. Yeah, there we go. About 2 years back, we launched our own platform called Hungama Play, which is essentially a culmination of about 6,500 movies from mainstream Hindi, 11 regional languages, as also the best of Hollywood. The same platform also had highly curated television shows, and on that, we've recently introduced documentaries and also gone into shorter form of content across a variety of categories. But the thing that we are here today and most excited about is, as I said, our next foray into this bridge between our audiences and consumers and the kind of storytelling that's been available to them. With this, Hungama Play as a platform today is accessed across all the operating ecosystems, whether it be Google Play, Android TV, the iOS App Store, as also our own destination, which is hungama.com on the web. And Hungama Play is also proud to be partnering with some of the biggest platforms across a range of telecom and device ecosystems. We are live with Idea, with Vodafone Play, and with our partner Xiaomi, both on the phone as well as on their connected smart TVs, which is the Mi TV. We're also going to be, this service will also be available and has been available across the Amazon Fire TV platform. And now, today, we're delighted to launch our first original show. This is a journey which started for us, I think, about 15 months back, when we saw that the market is getting ready for not just stories which were different from what we were watching on television, but the platforms were also being sort of made available for that. Today, when you look at it, you have a device, whether it's your phone, it's your PC, tablet, desktop, or a smart TV. And the other end, you have access and connectivity. As many of us are aware, in the last 18 months, India has seen an unprecedented growth of data. From as little as 900 MB of data consumption, today users are consuming 15, 17 GB of data on a monthly basis. And this has been driven by the fact that the entire telecom ecosystem has brought prices down to such a level that it is almost like air, it's almost like electricity or water, it's available. And hence, we saw an opportunity. We said, you look at India as a market of diverse languages, diverse cultures. There are close to 900 TV stations that exist, of which, of course, 300 of those may be probably news channels. But within that, when you looked at the sort of programming that was available, we felt that there was a window out there which we could sort of attempt to fill. And that being the fact that the sort of storytelling that was happening there was still in its own way restrictive. We felt digital audiences were getting more immersive, were discovering content from different parts of the world through open platforms like YouTube, etc. And hence, they were prepared now for the next generation of storytelling, as it were. And with that little sort of aspiration, we set off on Hungama Originals. We've, as a company, completed 4 original shows, 2 drama series, a crime series, and a humor series. But we're here today to launch the first of those, which is Damaged. So let me talk to you a little bit about this and why we feel that this is an interesting, path-breaking show and will hopefully resonate with the sort of audiences that we have on our platform and more that are there across the 500 million consumers who are now consuming content on digital platforms in India. So Damaged is India's first attempt at a serial killer who is who's a woman. This is played by Amruta Khanvilkar, who plays the role of, she is promiscuous in her nature. She is she's remorseless in her approach, and it is her journey of becoming, and exploring the dark side of being a serial killer. The other lead character is Amit Sial, in this case enacted as Abhay, who is a angry, trigger-happy cop. Our own new version of the angry young man, as it were. And this journey is really about, it starts with, a particular famous painter going missing. And as the cops get into this, they find there is a series of young men who go missing. And as the investigations start revealing that this is more of a serial nature of crimes that are being committed, obviously alluding to the character of Lavina. The story is really set in a format wherein it's a psychological drama of these 2 characters. And these 2 characters are not perfect characters. They have tremendous shades of gray in them. So you find the motivations and the darker side of each of these characters as the story unfolds. On the one side, Abhay is tremendously motivated to solve this crime in whichever form does it me. So I think with that little backdrop, I'd like you all to first see the trailer before we invite the actors themselves to come and talk to you, as it were. So if we can have the trailer, please.
सब एक जैसे हो, सब एक जैसे हो। तुम्हें लगता है वो लड़की
The creative director for this has been Ikant Bamani, and we had a wonderful young director, Aram Mohan Singh, who's directed the first series for us, and obviously my colleague Sanjeev Lamba, who has led this as executive producer on behalf of Hungama. So this is the first leg of what we've got, and now to hopefully interact with the cast who are here, and happy to talk to you on that.
That was a killer trailer, pun intended. So now I'm gonna call on stage the woman whose acting abilities has blown away our heart with Hindi and Marathi films. She is so breathtaking that I believe that if there is a biography written on her, the title would be If Looks Could Kill. We recently saw her play a very important role in Meghna Gulzar's Razi. She is none other than our very own Lavina, aka Amruta Khanvilkar. Can we have a huge round of applause for her?
Congratulations. It's will come out very well.
Can we get a mic, please? Please.
Yeah, it's right here.
So, firstly, my first question is for you, Amruta. Every time we play a role, every time an actor plays a role, there is a little bit of the character that stays with you. So has Lavina actually changed you as a person? Because she's pretty killer.
Firstly, thank you so much, everybody, for coming here. It means a great deal for all of us. And yes, to answer your question, definitely a part of any character is always there in you or always stays with you. I think everybody has a dark side. And Lavina, I think, goes 2 steps ahead, and she kind of explores her dark side in Damaged. And obviously, there's a backstory to why she is like this, because otherwise, definitely, वो एक साइको किलर तो है ही, पर वो क्यों है ये आपको सीरीज देख के पता लगेगा. एंड अगर मैं आपको बताऊं कि क्या लवीना का कोई अंश मेरे में रह गया है, तो डेफिनेटली वो थोड़ा सा था. इनफैक्ट माई मॉम एंड माई सिस्टर ऑलवेज कीप्स टेलिंग मी, अरे इसमें तो तुमको बहुत मेहनत नहीं करनी पड़ी, बिकॉज वी ऑल नो हाउ साइको यू आर. बट नो, Lavina and me are different as well as same, because I think every woman has a extremely dark side to her, and kahin na kahin, when you get characters like Lavina, you kind of explore that dark side. So for me, it was realizing my own dark side and taking it 2 steps forward.
Am I supposed to be scared of you now?
No, not at all. I'm really sweet. You can ask everybody.
I'm sure. Neeraj, you tell me what made you select Damaged as the first Hungama original?
Well, you have to start somewhere. Okay, so as I mentioned earlier, when we looked at where are people getting their principal form of entertainment, it is either television or it is movies that we watch. We felt that the audiences on the digital platform are, even if you look at some of the reports that have come out by Google 2 or 3 months back, almost 70% of video viewing is still male-oriented. It's changing, but it is still that. So for Hungama, as a platform, the benefit we have is we have insights into our viewers. We've been serving content to them for the last 12 years. We felt that a story of this psychotic woman serial killer would be an interesting one to start with. So here we are. So, we've done these 4 shows that we've actually got are all ready, but we chose to lead with this. We felt that this was an interesting niche to address, and hopefully, our audiences and our viewers will enjoy it.
I actually completely agree with you. Like I said earlier, I think we are the generation that has accepted the grey side, and we like to play in that area.
A little more, to our liking sometimes as well. Yeah.
You tell me about your twisted chemistry with the cop.
Okay, as you can see that there is no suspense about who the killer is. So, I love the fact that it is given in the first episode itself, that you know who the killer is. Now, the whole thing is to unveil and reveal basically how she kind of kills and for what reason she kills. Now, counter to that is this amazingly talented Amit Sial playing this brutal cop. But you see an extremely twisted chemistry in both of them. When I say this, why I say this is also because you see a lot of men coming in Lavina's life and falling for her. But this one cop is somebody she's extremely attracted to. And you can actually see a very twisted kind of love in both of them. And instead of me speaking all this, let me please call upon my extremely talented co-star, Amit Sial, so that he can put light on a lot of things. So Amit, can we please have you here?
Amit. Come, sit.
So, Amit, tell me what made you say yes to this project?
The platform, Hangama, Ekant Babani, Aram Singh, and money to put food on my table.
You have at some point in time said that it should be illegal for actors to enter the scene without training. Do you still hold on to that statement that you made?
Sorry, ask it again.
You at some point in time said that I believe that it should be illegal for actors to enter the scene without training. And you yourself come from such a rich training background of the film industry. So what do you have to say about that whole thing?
It's funny I said that because I'm not trained actor, But when I said that, I meant that as artists, as performing artists, as creative people, I think it's important for us to spend a lot of time honing our skills and perfecting our skills before making it commercial. That's what I meant when I said that. So yeah, I stick by that still. Yeah.
Thank you. Neeraj, I have a question for you. Have you ever come across a Lavina in your life? Somebody who could kill for love?
Oh, he doesn't seem so.
Thankfully not, but yeah, I mean, no. See, the closest that I have come across to, as a genre itself, my wife is, is a serial viewer, not a serial killer, but certainly a serial viewer of crime dramas. And, we've got this rule, like whoever calls the remote in the bedroom, it's his or hers for the night, as it were. And there'll be enough occasions wherein she's watching some of these crime shows till late in the night. And sometimes when I joke about it, she says, you see, I have to learn all the tricks of the trade because there must be absolutely no sort of, proof left behind, as it were. But no, it has not happened to me, but certainly excited about, putting this onto our platform. Yeah.
You're a
So
brave
are
man
we.
to talk about your wife, man.
Amit, you did a super hit film Raid. That was a completely different character. This is a completely different character. How was it preparing for Damaged?
Preparations differ from project to project. For this one, I think there's I've been here for a long time, and like as struggling actors and actors were trying to reach to an audience and get work and score work. It we have to go through a lot of disillusionment, anger, frustration, all of those things, negative emotions. And you try to take these negative emotions and use them positively for your work and for your life. So Abhay is a ruthless, a little lost, a little confused, disillusioned person who happens to be a policeman. So I sort of approached like that. And these are very, very human emotions. We all have them in ourselves. And we are actors. We are trained to bring those emotions to the fore. So all of that put together, a little method, a little improv, a little impromptu act. Then you have a wonderful co-actor like her. So it's, everything becomes easier. So you put all of that together and mesh it out and try and create something.
You've worked with him and you've already told us that in the show, you are attracted to him. But while working with him, tell me what are the things that you've noticed about him that you've really liked, as talking about human behavior, human nature.
Okay, now the first thing that I noticed about Amit is, in fact, I also heard it from a lot of other co-stars, that वो जैसा अपना वो किरदार में जिस तरीके से है ना, वो वैसे ही आपसे बिहेव करेंगे. I was very, very happy that I had lovey-dovey, sweet scenes with him because he was extremely lovable, you know. And ये मैंने अपने किसी and fun, yes, I'm sorry. I want to add a lot of fun. And ये मैंने अपने दूसरे co-star से सुना कि यार तुम्हारे scenes थे ना उनके साथ ऐसे अच्छे वाले. हमारे जो scenes थे हमको तो junior की तरह treat किया उन्होंने. मैंने कहा ये सब काट देंगे. नहीं नहीं. But I think you know ये बहुत सीखने जैसी चीज़ है. I think it's something that you need to learn because as an actor there are a lot of distractions when it comes to you know shooting and when it comes to really doing your part. So as an actor when you're so focused and so determined that नहीं ये मेरा focus है, ये मेरा character है, character छोड़ के मुझे नहीं काम करना है. So कहीं ना कहीं it really helps because when you do such a dark series, when you are kind of exploring something which is beyond realism, I think कहीं ना कहीं वो focus बहुत ज़्यादा ज़रूरी होता है, which I think Amit kind of taught me कि I think it was the last day when we were shooting the no. So the last day was when he told me अरे तुम अच्छा काम करती हो, and I was like Amit Sial just complimented me. Wow.
Validation in life.
Absolutely.
So I love the title, Damaged. Like I told you, all of us love things with flaws, great, damaged. These are the words that resonate with all of us. So we are going to talk more about that, but a little later. Before that, I would actually request all the photographers to please come forward for a photo op with the three of you.
Here.